Because of the way the aircraft had dropped to the ground, it was broken, and the teeth of the ring gear was broken off. And the investigator said he would not need that at the teardown in Cessna because it is already evidence that the ring gear was broken. Now I point to you and look at the report I give you. The evidence presented by the investigator show a totally different component, color and part from the ring gear which was on my aircraft. My ring gear is gray. They presented a red ring gear with the ring gear intact, which suggests falsification or of the part, the component that they are referring to. So any reference to ring gear and missing of teeth is not a representation of the parts that was on our aircraft. There are numerous factors that could have contributed to the incident. 1, pilot error. 2, engine performance. 3, the management. 4, electrical failure. 5, wind shear and thunderstorm, so that deals with the weather. 6, mid-air collision. 7, fuel related, bad fuel or fuel with contaminated fuel. Unknown or determined factors: low altitude operating by pilot, system component failure, control flight into terrain, or loss of control in flight.
And you arrive at these possibilities on what basis?
I arrive at these possibilities basis on National Transport Safety Board and the Canadian Civil Aviation Authority and the British, through ICAO, they have come up and they look at the statistics of accidents over the years of this nature, and they presented this. This is not me presenting it.
But outside of an independent investigation, you would not be able to say exactly what were the causes that led to that.
No, because I was not in the aircraft. The most I can say is from where I stood and watched that aircraft went down.
Oh, so you saw it going down?
I saw it going down. I saw it. And the aircraft went into what is called an incipient spin. It means that the bank angle was so steep that would cause the aircraft to spin. Now the thing with an aircraft spinning, the first turn in a spin, it loses 300 feet. So the plane took off, climbing out. Then I saw it go past the end of the runway and continue. Then it makes a left turn, a shallow left turn, which is standard procedure. Continue to climb up. Then it makes another left turn. Right as it makes that other left turn, I observed the angle of bank. And then the aircraft went down and I saw smoke shortly thereafter. And immediately I dispatched my team over to the location. Now, the thing about training, and this is a part I want to explain to you. The last thing you check when you're going to rotate before you take off is to ensure that the engine is full, the gauge is in the green, the full power being obtained, and you lock the throttle that controls the power. Now, during training, there are several times when, due to student strength and so on, that throttle is not locked tightly. However, in training, you always teach them to keep your hand on that throttle in the event that it comes back. So you fly with one hand and you have your hand on the other throttle. Now, as the aircraft leaves the surface, the wheels are still spinning. That creates a vibration. That if your hand is not on the throttle and the throttle is not locked, that throttle which controls the power will seep back. And numerous training, I have seen things like that happen. The first reaction you are to do is to lower your nose to gain the airspeed and push back the power. Now, because the throttle may have been out in training, it takes a while for the aircraft to gain back that airspeed that it needs to maintain. These are all part of flight's aerodynamics. So understanding the concept of a takeoff is a very important one.
So what now? You have your possibilities lined up. The Civil Aviation Authority has produced its own report that you are rebutting. How do you go forward if you are to, quote unquote, rescue your own integrity?
Let the public be the judge of that. When this rebuttal comes out, and let's see what the JCA has to say about introducing parts that are not on my aircraft as evidence to the fact. This is a part that is not on my aircraft. Let the public be the judge of that. I rely on the public's opinion because they are now hearing the flight school side of it. Irrespective of anything else, you cannot fabricate an investigation such as this. Let's present the truth. Let's present the facts. And I am prepared to present the facts as I have it. I have trained so many kids and I'm passionate about aviation. And there's not a day pass that those 3 lives is not on my mind. Asking myself, what could I have done different?
So what numbers are you seeing here now?
In terms of?
Students.
Only those who believe in the truth and the parents who believe in what they see me doing are still here.
So that's like 5, 10?
No, it is about 18 maximum.
And they're doing ground training.
They have completed the ground training now and are awaiting to go on their flight line. For me and the flight school here, if we only have one student coming through, is one person we are showing the honesty of a career path in the aviation.
Yes. Something strike me though, when you walk through the building, for example, you don't see a receptionist who is at your front desk. What does that mean?
Because I'm not operational at the moment. I am not operational. I am here at the moment to go through all of these findings because the Director General has also issued a document which say they are suspending, as of January the 31st, they had sent a document that they are suspending my air training organization certificate until the completion of a recertification. We have been doing the recertification and have completed now all the documentary phases for the ground school. And I am awaiting the letter any moment now from them to say, I have fulfilled all that which they have asked for. And then, while that is going in parallel, on the maintenance side, our maintenance director is going through the documents we just are waiting when the aircraft come to do the final inspection of it to see that it conforms to that which is in the manual.
How would you assess your student count over the past 10 years, let's say?
We were turning out an average of 60 pilots per year. And you find that they are all over the world. You will Google Caribbean Aviation Training Center and see that we are recognized internationally for excellent in-flight training throughout the Cessna world at the time.
I asked that question because in my interviews, I spoke with one former student of yours who said he left the institution because he was concerned about safety and operational matters that clearly were not being addressed. And that's the exact reason I'm asking you, how do you assess your student count? Let me tell you,
there are a number of individuals who have left the school or in the school because they failed to pay. And how we operate, you may reach a certain point in your career of learning to fly and you run out of funds. If I am to stop them, then it would cost them more to go forward.
Yes, but to answer the specific question,
To answer the specific question that you said, that particular, any student who makes such a comment is based on the fact that they need to understand the maintenance service of an aircraft. maybe at the time when they want to fly is at the time when the aircraft has to be down for a service. Outside of the 50-hour service check, anything goes wrong with the aircraft, it is taken offline and the service department goes through it and then rectify any problem and send it back out as servicing.
Do you have a full complement of staff?
Yes, we do.
And did you have that at the point of the crash?
At the point of the crash, we had staff members there because the last check was done about 2 weeks before the crash, where the full complement of staff were there, and submissions were made to the Civil Aviation Authority about who is changing and who is under training to assume the various other positions available. And my documents you have will show that.
Were there any reports of irregularities with the aircraft that crashed?
No. None to my knowledge.
Do you think your aviation school will get off the ground again? No pun intended.
Yes, it will, you know. But the question you should ask, if after 18 years and educating and showing a career path of so many students and struggling with the negative approach of some members of the Civil Aviation Authority, do I want to continue?
Do you?
It's a hard bargain. I'd rather finish up these kids that I've started and then I will evaluate where I go from here after 18 years. Because I have been asking, and you will see it there, give us a vision lest we perish. There is no vision here. There is no separation between a commercial airline and our general aviation in Jamaica. And for years, we the operators have been asking for that. And to no avail, nothing is being done.
So when you said you would finish up with these sets of students, you mean you'll take them through...
Right through their career path. Right through their career path.
No, I mean you'll take them through ground school and also flight training.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And should you get your plane any moment now, how long before that would eventually come to an end?
How long that will eventually come?
Should you get your plane now?
What I will look at thereafter is the attitudes of the kids coming in who wants to learn to fly. That will motivate me